Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdets Newsstand, and I want to talk a bit about the YA novels coming out from DC. A couple new that were announced, and how they are comparing up to both manga and what we're seeing by the likes of the Raina Telgemeier's of the world, Dogman, even a little bit on webtoons, which is pretty impressive. So, I want to talk about all of that. I want to show you that I think finally, they're getting their act together when it comes to YA. More DC than Marvel, because we're not seeing much come out of Marvel. There is a Miles Morales YA novel, but it's not doing very well. And I also want to mention that I didn't notice this initially. This comes from Comic by the Numbers, but I want to expand upon it, right? Because I do think there are a few things he missed, but I'll put the original video in the link in the pinned comment. So let's take a look. Now, what we're looking at here is the bestseller list on Amazon, of course, right? It's the only website I know how to do this on, so we're going to go with Amazon. We are seeing Sandman being a huge hit. I totally get why. I absolutely love Sandman. But right next to that is the new Raven and Beast Boy novel by Kami Garcia. Now, this is beating Chainsawman, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia. And oddly enough, I started reading Lore Olympus on Webtoon. And I didn't know it had a hardcover version, which is totally cool. I really like it. That's huge for a Webtoon title, but we've got more Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia. Beast Boy is still sitting strong at number 7, meaning it's been out for well over a year, and it's still doing really well, which is awesome. I believe that Comics by the Numbers said at this position it would be selling about 17,000 units a month, which is huge for YA, right? So, we're also getting a second copy of this at number 15, the Kindle version, right? So, some people are enjoying it digitally, and it's actually on here twice, all in the top 20. That is absolutely impressive. There is a Marvel book also in here, a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen, a lot. But this is a huge win for DC. So much so, we got an announcement today. And it's actually Kami Garcia at the forefront of both of these new YA novels that were announced. And I think that's awesome. Both Gabriel Picalo, fantastic artists for this age demographic. But Kami Garcia is definitely underutilized as far as DC Comics go. It does feel like they're finally like, yeah, we got something here. We really do. So we're going to see a Robin title kind of exploring the relationship between Damian and Dick Grayson. And I'm sure this is going to do well. I have no doubts about it, especially what we're seeing from the original Raven title from Kami Garcia, which was awesome. I absolutely loved it. And then there was a Beast Boy title. And now we have Beast Boy Loves Raven. All really great sellers, as you can see over here. So, not only is that the title, but we are getting Constantine Distorted Illusions. Now, you can tell right away this is a different artist, right? But what I want to show you is why I think that DC finally listened and finally got their footing right, is because just maybe 2 months ago, I actually got it and I haven't read it yet. The Mystery of the Meanest Teacher. This was the YA novel they put out before, and I've got nothing against Ryan North, but this wasn't a YA novel. This is more on the age of like 6 to 10, and a chapter book at that, right? So that's pretty in depth for that age group. It wasn't what they needed to be making. If you want to get that demographic that shonen gets, this is the way to do it. This art is absolutely in that demographic, and it makes more sense. So it's Isaac Goodhart, and I don't know much about Isaac Goodhart, but we're going to see some actual alchemy from Constantine. He's not Johnny Constantine. He's not looking for the meanest teacher in middle school. He's actually doing what he's known for. And I really like that idea, and I think it's way smarter. Think about even using, Tokyo Ghoul or Full Metal Alchemist, something that uses that alchemy side of things. Kids don't want it sugared down, right? Kids don't want to have it. Somebody like John Constantine, who can do magic, be a detective. They want the full thing. They want to be treated like an adult, even if you have to censor a little bit, because we saw, zero censoring when it came to Mariko Tamaki's mess. We're just going to call it a mess. So, he's going to be a member of a band named Mucous Membrane. It's smart. Finally smart. We're finally seeing some actual good YA titles come out for the demographic that is similar to what we're seeing from anime and manga, right? So they need to pair this up with some sort of animation, have them their own 22-minute commercials and do something on HBO Max. That's slower to come because that takes time, but finally they're getting somewhere. Finally, you can say that they're not falling behind, and it'll take some time for those titles to be, gone through and finished. But do they have dates on here? Let me see. January 2022. So wow, that's pretty good. I expected it to be longer. So the other titles they have are Mr. Miracle: The Great Escape, which is another one of those ones they shouldn't have made. Galaxy: The Prettiest Star. I don't know anything about that. And Zatanna: The Jewel of Gravesend, another one that looks really good. We know Zatanna is a magical wielder, so she can absolutely explore that. Then they've got Amethyst, Batman and Robin, and Howard. These are very young. Arrow Stranded, I talked about in a previous video. I thought it looked really great. So finally, they finally listened. I don't know why it took so long. I really don't. But it's working, and it's finally in those top 10 graphic novels. It's 2 and 17 and 7. That's really good for DC. That's actually a big win. So let me know, of course, what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.